All right. Recording is now going. Good afternoon, Mr. McAfee. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and it's McAfee, but thank you.
Sorry. Do I have
No
permission to
worries.
record? Or do we?
Sure.
Alrighty then. This is going to be our third podcast interview with Mr. McAfee, right?
Yep.
This one's going to be focusing on vocational rehab, the use of military education benefits, things like certifications, and other possibilities open through the USF campus. So, David, how about you start us off with the questions?
Yeah, well, already kind of said the name, obviously, Mr. McAfee, but if you could just tell us a little bit about your profession real quick before we get into all the main questions.
All right. So I work at the USF Office of Veteran Success. I am pretty much a jack of all trades, a master in none. I I'm certi- I can certify. I can help out certify whenever I need it. I also help with um, what is it, with planning events like the salute to service games or the graduation celebration, the ALN takeover as we call it, which student veterans and military connected students or dependents, we celebrate them because that's one of the things that is that we like. Everybody likes to be recognized, and we really don't get to see that on college campuses, that veterans being celebrated for their achievement of graduating college, independence as well. So it's a little bit of a kudos and pat on the back.
It's interesting. It's interesting. All right. And then how long have you worked at the Office of Veteran Success?
I've been here now 2 years.
2 years. Okay. And then along with that, how long have you worked at USF in total?
In total, let's see, it'll be 4 years. 4 years in total I worked there because I used to work in um, housing service operations. I was the graduate assistant down at Juniper Poplar Hall, and I also worked at the Student Accessibility Services as a graduate assistant.
And what kind of brought you into this field specifically in terms of education, more specifically on the veteran side of it?
Oh, geez. I, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Um, no, really, it's just trying to bridge the gap. Really, I wanted to see the gap bridged more for student veterans and military connected students, lose the stigma behind their service, um, as far as going to get accessibility services. A lot of veterans, such as myself, because I did it during my undergraduate degree, I didn't think I needed it. I thought it was, for somebody else. I thought I can tough it out and get over it. Um, but I really want to see student veterans and every student really. They don't even have to be veterans. But I want to see them utilize it, understand that accommodations are a positive thing that help even the playing field, so to speak, um, in the classroom, for students with accessibility needs. It evens the playing field with their peers that are able-bodied.
So I see this is coming more so from the aspect of um, the frequency of veterans, especially those coming out of the service, being partially or fully disabled, right?
Well, not really, because that's coming from a deficit mindset. But I mean, you know, because we're not broken people, and that's one of the misconceptions that that is with the student veteran population is that the student veteran is broken. But where the stigma comes from is whenever we're in the military and we say, hey, I got a sickness or I have a body ache or something isn't right with our body, we're told to suck it up or to, um, because you're hurting a platoon or you're hurting a team. So we don't want to take away from somebody else that may need it more just because of that. Or you're getting called a double O light duty, sick bay commando. Um, there's a lot of derogatory terms that were called when to veterans whenever they were in the military. And then they wanted to seek help. So therefore, a lot of veterans will hold in all their illnesses or their problems, um, or issues that they may be having and get them out.
I see. Yeah, what I know about military culture, a lot of it is kind of putting on a hard face. I've heard the term or phrase enjoying the is it enjoying the suck or
Yep. Enjoying the suck. Yep.
yeah. So I guess the next question we would have for you is going back to more specifically the Office of Veteran Success. How does your office improve education for students?
Um, our office. Good question. We're improving every day. I mean, of course, with recent government events, and construction in the office, we try to make it so we're ready available for the students. We have multiple um, resources for student veterans or military connected students here in the office that if they need help with finding a tutor, we have people in place that would be able to help them find tutoring. Um, excuse me. If they need, if they're having food insecurity, excuse me, food insecurities or housing insecurities, we have that because granted, it doesn't directly align with education. However, it does align with the effects of student success because if things aren't right at home, it's just like being in the military. If things aren't right at home, something's going to suffer. If you're worried about paying bills, worried about where you're going to get your next meal or where you're going to lay your head at, you're not going to be worried about getting that 8 hours of study time in for per class. You're going to be worried about survival mode. Where can you eat? Where can you sleep? And we try to provide that. And if there's financial issues, we have scholarship um, that they can apply for within the OVS. So I really think that we can um, just really get the word out. And what's better way to get the word out than use our that veterans themselves and students.
Yeah, they kind of on all tracks. Um, and that kind of went over to our next question that would have been, what extra resources do your office provides for students, which you all listed there with your tutoring and then linking with scholarships and then the food kitchen.
Right. I mean, we even have um, the writing studio that comes in during the semester, and they come in. They're here to help with writing because writing for student veterans and military connected students is an issue at times getting the APA format or the Chicago style, because mainly in the military, it's more connected to the business writing where we're straightforward and where they want you to write 12 papers. Professors want you to write 12 pages on your papers. It's like, why do I have to do that if I could say it all in one paragraph? So it's a struggle even for myself. So
Great point there too. Pivoting towards kind of education-based questions, how many students would you say use these education benefits that your department offers? And do you see that number changing a lot year to year?
yeah, it varies by semester, honestly. But figure we have nearly we almost have 9,000 students that are using benefits. Period. Of those are like seven. I say around 1,500 are student veterans. Um, I don't exactly have that amount right now of they come in and use the services, but I would say it's probably a fraction of that number. It's probably like, I don't know, if I had to throw a number out there, I would say 800. So I don't, um, it's not getting out there or they're not paying attention because we send out a newsletter. So that's another resource. We send out the bullhorn every month and it has everything that's upcoming within the office and like resources and classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that kind of ties back to some of your original points about breaking the stigma, having students, the veterans and the military connected students come into the office and, utilize the resources that you're trying to get out there for them. But
Correct.
even 800 students, I feel like that's a number that, compared to some other statistics, we kind of consider small, but still having 800 students actively be using the resources that you guys put forward, that's still pretty good feat, at least at the local level, which is what we're trying to focus on.
Yeah, and we also have the orientation that that incoming students can attend and their families can attend. So we have that resource out there to let them learn about the VA benefits, and they could go on the office orientation and fill out the link for the veteran um, orientation, and it's and they have one online and they have one in person, so they could definitely take advantage of that and um, really find out how they can maximize their benefits and what resources we have.
It's true. Um, the next question I want to ask you is, do you think USF as a kind of college and overall campus provides a high standard for both education and vocational training?
Yes, I do. It's just up to um, the students to go seek out them resources. They're there. Not only do we have them, we have connections within our office, but then career services, um, they have a plethora of uh, resume writing, skills building classes, interviews. If you need a suit or interview clothes, you could go over there to get them. Go over to the service building and make an appointment to get a tie or whatever you need. They have it. Um, you know, being that USF is top 3% in the AAU, um, you know, our degree means something. People see your degree on your resume where you got it from, and they see that, oh, the University of South Florida, it's an AAU, it's the youngest AAU university in North America. So why not take advantage of it and use it to your advantage? And like the new saying slogan is "Be bold." Um, you know, and I really think that you'll see it out in town. Oh, you went to USF, good. Let's get them in here for an interview. Um, you know that and we're known. We're starting to get known more and more and more. To answer the question.
Question I have for you is you mentioned earlier how like even when it comes to teaching them about the different writing formats, if maybe they only learn business writing. I'm just curious on if you guys recommend these military connected students, tips on creating professional networks while at the college. And if you do that,
Yes.
how do you go about
Mhm.
doing that?
All right. So, um, we have like we have a coordinator. She handles all the programs, and then our director. She also has contacts. And we used to have a networking event, which I think it was part of the job search class that is now being taught over in the what is that, student services building by career services. um, I recommended they get involved in it, and we use our resources. They could come in, our coordinator, um, or really our program manager will go over it. She'll help them if they need to do practice interviews. There's nothing better than practice. So you go in there prepared and do mock-up interviews. Even our ambassadors or student workers, um, every semester, whenever they want to work in the office.
Oh, Clifford, you still here?
Oh, God.
Yeah, the last word I heard was or the last like phrase I heard before you started cutting out was working like the working in the office.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So if a student ambassador, if our work studies um, want to work in the office, they go through an interview process with our compliance manager and our program manager, and they ask them questions, they get them prepared, they show them how to um, really conduct an interview and conduct yourself in a professional manner. And so there is an aspect within the office for professional development. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we got all
Yeah,
of
you're
that.
all good.
Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, I'm getting phone calls left and right from students.
No, you're all right, sir.
Anyway, all right.
Zai, would you like to ask him the final question?
Sure, I can definitely go ahead and do that. I guess the final question we would have for you, Mr. McAfee, would be how do you um sorry, we've
You're
already gone
good.
over most of them. I think we already went over how military connect students create professional networks. Okay. What ways do you think USF can improve in regards to student and career opportunities?
Oh, that's a good one. So I think that if you have a graduate that applies for a job, I think that if they're a graduate, they should automatically, hey, it should lead into it. And especially like if you're a graduate assistant or if you're a student worker in the office, whether you're undergrad or a graduate student, um, each program should foster either a some type of uh, job training to where they get real life experience to make that student whenever they graduate and walk across the stage in the Yingling Center, um, they are already guaranteed employment. Let's go ahead, get them the training. Let's connect with our partners, our community partners, our campus partners. So this way they find meaningful and gainful employment that is within their degree realm. So if like for me, I'm in education field, my master's is in education. So if whenever I graduated, they should say, all right, hey, look, hire this guy because it's going to benefit them because you're hiring your own. You already know the USF way. You already know how the campus works. This way, you're able to blend in, use your degree that you paid for, and it makes the university look better because their graduate to employment rate will go up because their students are getting gainfully employed, and and the graduate is happy because they're in the field doing something that they enjoy doing and they're passionate about it. So yeah, that's how I think that we could improve as a university.
Yeah, but all tracks. I'll let David kind of move us to conclude.
Yeah, that's really all the questions we had for you today. We really appreciate you taking some time to talk with us about this. It's a very important subject, obviously, and being able to give outreach for veteran students and being able to give them any of the help that they can to enhance their education and their futures outside of military experience. So, again, just really
Yeah,
appreciate you coming
definitely.
down.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you guys having me, and thank you for setting this all up, guys. And good luck, man. Keep going.
Yeah, thank you for your time today, Mr.
Thank you so
McAfee.
much, Mr.
Before
Caffey.
Yeah,
we
no problem.
before
Go
we
ahead.
finally move to conclude this interview, do you have any questions for us?
No. When does this? Where is this going to be for class, or is this for guys on a little podcast that you guys hold?
So this will be for a class. We will be uploading them to a kind of separate, not personal YouTube channel. I'll have the first two episodes and then this episode uploaded by the end of today. I meant to have them uploaded, the first two, by Friday, but I was facing some computer problems, but all those should be fixed now. So I'll definitely send you a link um, when I have that all finished.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, well, good luck the rest of the semester, and go Bulls.
Go Bulls.
Wolves.
All right, have a good one. Bye.